Welcome back to the InherAlchemist TV. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look into Arion Curry. I've been meaning to do an updated video on her because I said when I did her deep dive that I was going to do a follow-up, see how the story was progressing. As I told you guys in her last deep dive, Martell had gave her a piece of his mind. Looked like he was on his way out the door. I did a spread on Martell, I think last night. I haven't posted it yet. But it also showed that she was single, or at least not with him, and that he was dealing with a whole nother woman. So then today, I see on the timeline that she has, I guess she released, was it some recordings or was it just a conversation that she was having with somebody? Or did she record him or something like that? I'm not sure, but I don't know what kind of relationship they have. Where they're recording each other. That seems very weird to me, but hey, to each his own. Yeah, so I'm like, listen, let's go ahead and look into the cards and see what's really going on. From what I'm seeing, Arion is having some, I don't know, first of all, she's retaliating because she got her heart broke, but there also seems to be some type of attack of conscience that's built in her from maybe like now the shoe is on the other foot or whatever, meaning that she's in the same position that she laughed at somebody else in. And then I'm also showing her like vying for some sort of compassion or some sort of softness towards her. So we're going to go deep into it, see what's really going on. As usual, you guys, smash that like button, please, and thank you. Also, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, that you have your notification bells on. I know I have other readings. Look, I got like 4 readings sitting in the cut. But when Huntsville calls, I got to answer because I told y'all Huntsville has me in a chokehold. I mean, this is just the most dramatic group of adults I've ever seen in my life. And I'm hooked. I'm hooked. So Huntsville is the original Who the Fuck Did I Marry, right? Alright. Arion is coming in as the Justice card, the 3 of Swords, and the 5 of Swords. But the 5 of Swords is in reverse. But I kind of feel like I honestly feel like it should be upright. Just because it kind of coincides with the message of the Justice and the 3 of Swords. So the Justice to me is like a karma card, and 3 of Swords is heartbreak. And so this tells me that whatever endeavor or whatever it was that you were trying to do, you got a bad outcome. Now it looks like she has like this long history of trying to play mind games. For whatever reason, she thinks that she's the smartest person in the room, or she feels like she has more street savvy or more game or more some type of more intelligence than other women, to where she can pretty much mind fuck people to get whatever she wants out of the situation. Now with this Justice card and a 3 of Swords, I would say that your overall plan backfired, and now she's kind of like with this Justice card thinking about her wrongdoing or thinking about the things that she's done wrong. I don't think this is sincere by any means. I think that this is strictly because she had her heart broken, or because there's some type of separation going on between her and Martell. There's plenty of cards of separation going on between them, so I can almost bet you that they're not together. Also, I show that she's upset that she used herself sexually. With the Ace of Wands and the 3 of Cups in reverse, I feel like she felt that being a side chick, that there was some type of, she in her mind feels that she has some type of leverage over wives, or she's closer to him, but she didn't realize that she was being used just for sex. Now I'm showing that she realizes that she was being used for sex, and also she feels like she was manipulated, but I'm also showing with her coming in as the 5 of Swords that she was manipulating as well. And again, I feel like there's some type of like retribution for her doing the wrong thing. Ariane is also mad because she feels like she's being falsely accused of breaking these people up. She feels like she's the one who's stuck holding the bag about the situation with Melody and Martell. She feels like they just had their differences and it didn't have anything to do with her. Now obviously she's done a lot of wrong with this 5 of Swords, but her doing wrong was in a spirit of her trying to play mind games because she thinks she's smart, you know what I mean, or she has a smart mouth, or I don't know, she thinks she's much more adept than what she really may be, because I do see here with this Moon card in reverse that she has like illusions of grandeur. Like she's made herself believe things about herself that are not true. I personally think that's a symptom of like low self-esteem. You know, even when people are like condescending, or they go around saying I'm this, I'm that, I'm the top, I'm beautiful, I'm, you know, people who just are talk about themselves in the third person, just do a bunch of weirdo type shit. They have illusions of grandeur, you know what I mean? And so she has the moon in reverse later on in this spread, clarified by the Seven of Swords, which is also identifying her character. And I feel like she was trying to sell people on her greatness, or sell people on the type of woman that she really is not. You know what I mean? She may have presented herself as being like somebody who was unaware. That's not true. She was very aware. She's very conscientious of what's going on. But in this case, I feel like she lost, especially with this Three of Swords and this Three of Cups in reverse. She pretty much got cut off as a third party and realizes that she was only being utilized. And now she's like trying to get her karmic justice, or trying to get her karma back, not realizing that the whole thing was karma on her to begin with, right? There's something that's going on, like I said, that's just not working out in her favor. You know what I mean? I feel like she's crying with this Three of Swords and this Justice card, and this Queen of Cups above. Arion has been crying. I don't know if she's been crying for the last 3 days or 6 days. I'm getting a lot of 6s and 3s, but she has been really trying to move forward, trying to get out of her head, trying to get out of her emotions about the situation, but she can't stop crying. She's crying a lot. You know what I mean? Now, I don't know if people are preying on her vulnerability. There is a blogger here with this Page of Swords. But the page, excuse me, I'm sorry. You guys, I'm sorry about like the quiet burping, but when you're talking, you take in a lot of air. You know what I mean? And it just happens. But I'm sorry. But in her external environment, which I thought was interesting, she had the Magician in reverse and the Page of Swords in reverse. Now, in the external environment, this represents other people that are influencing the situation. The Page of Swords is a spy, or somebody that's keeping tabs on you or keeping in touch with you. That could be a blogger. So whenever you hear me talking about bloggers, I'm looking at a Page of Swords. With the Magician in reverse, this is a person that is like manipulating a story. This is a person that is like trying to influence. I'm looking at the Judgment card. I feel like they're influencing Arion to speak on things or to say certain things by instilling certain feelings and sensations inside of her. And even honestly, by victimizing her, I feel like they constantly talk to her about her age or something like that, or make her feel like she was not prepared for this, or like she's being taken advantage of in some type of way. But this person's main goal is to get Arion to sell out with this world card in reverse. And they often pump her up by telling her, you playing it small, you know, you could be big, but you got to be willing to do what you got to do. With this Page of Swords, you got to be cutthroat. You got to put this shit out there. Like, fuck these people. Like, this is the type of conversation that this blogger or this person is having with her to make her hurt herself. You know what I mean? But they're totally disconnected from her. They don't care about her. They don't care about her story, but they're there to kind of like gas her up and, like I said, manipulate her into, I don't want to say going in per se, but manipulate her into speaking and chopping heads off. You know what I mean? She believes that this person may be on her side. This person is not on her side. And with this Judgment card, if she would just sit back and chill and stop being so defensive, because Arion is coming in as very defensive. I think she's defensive though because she feels like it's being put on her everything. You know what I mean? And obviously there could be a lack of accountability with this Five of Swords in reverse and this Seven of Swords. I feel like that's you trying to get away with something. Now, the Judgment card here shows like a change of position. So I feel like with this Magician in reverse, the World card in reverse, and the Page of Swords, this blogger convinced her to switch up, which is coming across as selling out, like I mentioned. And the way the switch up was supposed to happen was for Arion to switch sides. You know what I mean? Or so she could change the situation. But really, she's trying to like leverage herself or something, which I don't think there's anything going to come out of it, because the World card is in reverse. And that's supposed to be like successful outcomes and completions. In reverse, that's exactly what it's not. You know what I mean? In reverse, that's like tired, you're bored, you're drained, and shit's not working out for you. Now, when I did Martell's spread, I showed that they were both like lacking opportunities. I even showed Martell was like reaching out to Carlos, trying to get him to give him some type of work or find him some type of work. I don't know if he's talking to Carlos or a manager, but I showed that he was trying to talk to people in the background about getting some type of employment opportunities. Right now, back to this major spread, because some of this stuff is like on the outside. But now, so in the subconscious in tarot is either things in the back of your mind or things that you cannot see that are kind of like quietly influence the situation. So if I say something and you guys like don't see it on the outset, it's because it's not in the person's conscious mind or in their sight or in their immediate environment. It's something else that's going on in the background that's influencing the things that you do see in the front, right? So I call it the subconscious, but really it's called like what's hidden or what's not seen, which is the subconscious, right? Because your subconscious just plays out. Anyways, let me stay on target, right? We'll have a teaching video at another time, right? Arion, the thing is, the Two of Cups came up in reverse, and this is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. The situation with her and Martell was very forced. It's a forced connection, and it was not real, but it was motivated by illusions with this Seven of Cups and fantasies about her working, about her being on this show. That's something that she really believed, and that's something that really motivated a lot of her decisions. Really, her desire is to work. Y'all may not believe it because I think y'all said the girl is lazy or she don't have shit, but she wants to work. And she felt, listen, and I've been tricked like that. This dude tricked me so bad. I remember I was going through something. I think I was maybe like 23 or 24. And he was like a pharmaceutical buyer or something like that for a hospital. And he wanted to date me. And he was like, yeah, I could get you a job. I was moving slow. I move slow, you guys. I don't know why. I just don't be tripping. My life is full. I don't be sweating niggas like that. So to get me going though, he started talking to me about getting me a career as pharmacy buying, and he was like supposed to be the boss and shit like that. And so I'm like, oh, okay, now you got my attention. So from there, I started to physically see him, accept his invites to go out, hug him, kiss him after dates, all this shit, to the point where eventually I ended up giving it up to him. Do you know this nigga did not give me a job? Now listen, yeah, I was in a bind, Nate. Okay, I'm not saying I'm fucking for money, but for opportunities to extend my career lifelong, yeah, I'm gonna go for that. You know what I mean? However, that's not what happened. I should have made him pay me up front, quote unquote, meaning sign my agreement. I should let him take the risk. But I was young and dumb, and I was just like, trying my hand at the shit. But I say that to say that it's a lot of women who fall for illusions based on what you need to build for yourself. With this eight of Pentacles, Arion needed to build something for herself. There's something that she was sure of about herself, but she didn't have the life or the material to something to back it up. You know what I mean? So she needed something on paper. She needed an opportunity. She needed some options with this Seven of Cups in order to get her to help build her legacy. So that was really the driving force behind why she submitted herself so deep and so far into this situation, in addition to her obsession, in addition to her jealousy. But you would be obsessed and jealous if you sold yourself out, like we talked about earlier with this World card in reverse, and didn't get what you got out of it, but you see everybody else getting what they're getting out of it, and you're sitting there at ground one. You see what I'm saying? That's how it's playing out for her. So now she's feeling like with this Two of Cups in reverse, she feels like she was tricked. Next to the seven of Cups, she feels like she was deceived. She feels like she didn't get what she was supposed to get out of it. She feels like her love was used, whatever love that she has. But I also feel that there's a strong overtone of Arion being used in life. period, like a cum rag. And I'm not saying that this is her fault. I'm not saying it degradingly. I've been used in life, for different things that I offer, such as energy, such as time, such as ego boosts. Every woman has every human being has with them the experience that they bring to other people's lives. Unfortunately, sometimes you run into people who provide you negative feedback for what it is that you are providing. What I've learned is that it's not a good idea to stop providing that. What is a good idea is to stop providing it to the people who cannot respect it. But if you take your same package, which you're uniquely designed to bring to this world, and you take that exact same package and give it to somebody else, they might respect and appreciate it. But if you change and you manipulate your energy in order to get somebody to accept your package, then you sold yourself out twice. Period, point blank. The goal is to get rid of the people in your life who cannot accept, value, or see you for the unique experience that you bring. However, you're at a detriment or a disadvantage when you also can't respect the other person's unique thing that they're bringing into your life as well. You know what I mean? Because things are not one-sided. Just because you get burned in a relationship doesn't mean nobody didn't bring nothing else to your life. They brought something to your life as well. But like I said, the trick is to maintain your virtue, that unique experience that is you, and to continue on that route. But what women are doing is abandoning themselves because they're hurt and they think that it's because of them when it's not. You know what I mean? Arion, unfortunately, has been used for sex multiple times. She's always been in third-party situations with this Three of Cups in reverse. This is a historical side chick. I'm looking at your recent past with the Ace of Wands and a three of Cups in reverse. She's consistently used as the side person, right? Maybe you lack self-respect. Maybe you lack self-esteem. Maybe you just don't know how to sustain relationships. But what I see more than anything is that she's an opportunist. And instead of her working to build herself into something valuable, she would rather poach and go dumpster diving in people's trash can and think that she has the mental agility and skill set to take something from somebody else and make them value her above what it is that they're turning their back on to get with her. And that's where you have to blame these men for gassing these side hoes up. You making her think that she is something special because she took you from me, not knowing that if you could be took, you was an ain't shit nigga in the first place. So really, what are you winning? But for some women who have so little validation in life, so little to substantiate their existence, that's all it takes. All it takes is for her to say, yeah, this welfare, Walmart, Section 8, stanky funky bitch, I took yours though. I didn't need the degree. I didn't need the millions. I didn't need to look good. I didn't need the house. I didn't need to take care of my kids. And I still had access to the same nigga you had access to. So in her mind, she's still on your level. You know what I mean? The only way you change her level is by changing his access to you, because then you proved her wrong. And now she's stuck with the dust, right? Water seeps at its own level. For her, Three of Swords, let's talk about it. Heartbreak, Three of Cups in reverse, Lover's card in reverse, Magician. You're consistently manipulated into relationships in which these niggas do not love you. Six of Swords in the future outcome. Next, clarifying your Ten of Cups in reverse. She always gets left and she always will get left. It's an unfortunate thing, but it's a lesson that she's not learning because she thinks she's too clever. Like I said, with this Moon card in reverse and this Seven of Swords, she thinks she's too smart and she's not. But the reason why she's too smart is because it's by proxy, because she has access to good women's, to valuable women's men. That is her source of I don't know. That's her source of feeling great and grand in this world. Even though even this blogger is manipulating her, her mind is so feeble, so pliable. All you got to do is have a conversation with her and make her think a certain thing and feel a certain way, and she's going. But at the same time, there's something that she's gaining from it. Maybe it could be money with this Eight of Pentacles, because she's never walking away from these things feeling like she lost, or she's at a loss. She doesn't recognize her L's at all. But this Five of Swords in reverse, see, the Five of Swords upright can also represent not holding your L. In reverse, it can represent you being completely shamed. Now, I could say you completely shamed because you can't hold your L in life, and you keep on ending up in these situations, and now this shit is obviously playing out publicly, which is something that you wanted because you wanted to work, but you didn't mind being sold a dream. Now Martell has moved on. I told y'all that. You know what I mean? He moved on because he feels like she's spoiled. He feels like her character, he feels like she's selfish, or she doesn't share something, or like I said, she's messy. He has she's into chaos. She's indignant. She's ignorant. He has a laundry list of things that he, in his mind, doesn't consider her as being wife material, even though himself, he hasn't proven himself as husband material. Now, I will say that Martell didn't even show up to represent himself in her spread. So I know that he's not on the scene. No matter what that girl projects, no matter what they project publicly, he's not with her. He's not on the scene. I'm telling you right now. She's left with her emotions with this Queen of Cups, and I'm showing that she's trying to present herself as, she's trying to elicit some compassion from divine feminine energy. She's trying to come with, there's something about her that's trying to elicit some type of like emotional care and concern from women. I don't know who these women are, but what she's looking for is empathy. She's looking for some type of understanding. She's looking for like a counselor or something like that. And unfortunately, maybe this blogger, this Page of Swords person, and this Magician in reverse who's talking to her plays like her counselor, but really they're manipulating her to get her to tell or to chop some heads off. I feel like whoever this blogger is, maybe they have a secondary agenda. Maybe they're utilizing her for their own beef, because with this Page of Swords energy, I feel like they're trying to, again, with this Magician in reverse, this is giving me somebody that's trying to manipulate somebody else into chopping people's heads off. I'm telling you that with the Judgment. And then with this Judgment card as well, I'm looking at people rising up from the dead, which makes me feel like maybe the shit that they're talking about isn't even current in a lot of places. But this blogger, whoever this is trying to dig up like people's dirt or dirty bones, or I don't know, what do you call it? Like, what do you call the things that are buried? I know they're dead people, but what do you call it? Like people's buried secrets, like they take it to the grave. I don't like that or something. She's trying to like unearth some dark secrets. Like, I'm looking at this Judgment card and it's a cemetery. Now, I mean, I'm at the cemetery often. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So it's hard for me to look at the cemetery card negatively because I know how peaceful it is. You know, me and my daughter, we go there. She run around with the dogs. I do my healing work for my clients. You know, so we spend a lot of time there. So I can't really, I'm looking at all these dead people in this car and it looks spooky, but I'm like, okay, the cemetery is not really spooky. However, I feel that in this particular card, this cemetery or these dead bodies represents next to this Page of Swords, because it's in between the Magician in reverse and the Page of Swords. I feel heavily like this represents this blogger's desire for, or manipulation to get Arion to give up people's like dark secrets, or things that are like buried or held, or something that people have put in the grave, have that are dead too. She's trying to like reignite or rejuvenate or make people relive it. I don't know the words, you guys, but she's trying to like unearth people's like dark deep secrets and make them relive some shit. Like the blogger or whoever this is, and no offense, because I don't read content creators unless they come up in the spread of the people that I'm talking about. Whoever this blogger is using Arion. Arion is looking for some compassion, some empathy, some understanding. She thinks that's what she's getting, but what she's getting is a person that's trying to get her to unearth people's dark secrets by making her feel like she needs to sell people out because they don't care about her, and she needs to chop their heads off. And Arion's mind is so pliable. She has such a weak inner countenance or resolve about herself that you can just easily play up to her ego. Five of swords in reverse, to me this represents the ego as well. You can just tell her something about herself and she will be game. You know what I mean? Like even when men, I feel like when men use her as a side chick or a cum dump, I think a lot of that has to do with them maybe gassing her up. But again, it doesn't take much for her to feel like she's ahead of another woman. And listen, I'm gonna bring everything back to your childhood and your relationship with your parent. You know what it's giving me? It's giving me Cicely from East Bayou. You know what I mean? That story was like the story of emotional incest in a way, because it was like the girl was competing with her mom for her dad, but the way that she did it was she loathed her mom and she didn't want to charge her dad or punish him for anything. She wanted to collude with him, help him sneak around and do things. And then she also wanted to soothe and comfort him in hopes that he would value her above his wife, right? But at the same time, she's turning him against his wife. You know, this is the type of woman that she is. And this comes from women who have too close relationships with their daughters, and the lines get blurred and the boundaries get blurred. It's called emotional incest. You guys know I talk about that. Talk about toxic shame. You may have that. Anybody may have that. If you grew up in a relationship and you was a kid and your mama was telling you about her man and that's emotional incest. If your daddy was using you as his second wife and he subconsciously had you linking up against your mother, betraying your mother, that's emotional incest. And it has a whole trait of symptoms that you carry with you throughout your life and your relationships. It is literally the key to liberate you if you feel like you suffer with having boundaries, especially between you and men in relationships, or you know what I mean? So look that up if that's something that you feel like you might be dealing with, because it will liberate you. Now, like I said, with this Six of Swords and this Ten of Cups in reverse, this is in the near future, but I feel like it's a present energy. Near future in tarot could be tomorrow, 3 months, 6 months, but it's close. It's less than a year. You know what I mean? And somebody moved on from her. They did. They moved on from her. I feel like she feels like it destroyed her vision of family or her emotional happiness or something like that. But they moved on because they consider her to be chaotic, or a lot of the things that she has going on is chaotic. But I feel like this is going on in her family. I don't know much about her family, but her family environment is coming in as chaotic. You know what I mean? Like I said, I haven't heard much, but it's a lot of chaos in family. And I feel like a lot of people are trying to get away from her. Even she herself could be potentially trying to get away from her own family. But with this Eight of Swords here, I don't feel like she has nowhere to go. I don't feel like she has anywhere to go. There's some treachery here. Eight of Swords and the Lover's card in reverse. She feels betrayed. She feels betrayed. She could have been made to feel this way, but some treacherous shit was going on. And like I told y'all, I seen Martell had a new girlfriend. Listen, that story is a trip too, because I don't know. I think the woman is married, according to the tarot spread, but I don't know. Y'all have to listen to the ring and let me know your thoughts. But the eight of Swords in reverse with this Lover's card in reverse, this is definitely like a breakup. Definitely like a sadness. Definitely like her feeling like a failure. She feels stupid. She feels like she was deceived. She feels like Martell is treacherous in some type of way. Like I said, I don't feel like she was plotting vengeance. Although I did read in her initial spread where it was something inside of her where she's like a to catch a predator type of person. I know y'all not gonna believe this because she has acted as a predator, but there's something inside of her that I don't know if she was taken advantage of by some type of man, but there's something inside of her that wants to deliver some type of like karma to men who are like treacherous or predatory. You know what I mean? And I feel like even though she doesn't really know how to do that or how to achieve that, because her mind gets manipulated in many ways, and she manipulates as well. Don't get me wrong. She is a smooth criminal. With this moon card and the Seven of Swords, I just got smooth criminal in my mind. The reason why I say moon, because the moon is feminine energy, and it is smooth. It operates in the dark, It changes shapes and forms, and most people behold its beauty despite the fact that a whole lot of bullshit goes on in the dark. And then with the Seven of Swords, I just feel like it's a smooth criminal. You know what I mean? She knows a little bit about how to move, but again, I believe that that's because of emotional incest. I believe she was exposed to adult environments at early on ages, and she adopted a childish way of perceiving her adult environments. So there's actions that she'll make, but she doesn't know the rhyme or the reason. You know what I mean? Now, she's looking for empathy. That's what she's looking for, but that ain't what she's running into. And with this justice card, that may be the justice of the whole situation. Will she ever discover that she's being used? I'm not sure, because her mind, I don't feel like her mind is very advanced. I don't know if she needs to go back to school. Even when I look at this Eight of Pentacles, I feel like she needs to reacclimate into society or go back to school or something. She's not coming in as very learned. You know what I mean? Like she needs to learn something. You know what I mean? She makes a lot of mistakes, especially as it pertains to love. She gets broken a lot because she's foolish. That's all there is to it. She's foolish and she's a failure, right? Listen, that's what I got for Arion. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys let me know what you guys think in the comments. How does that compare against whatever I don't even know, were you guys saying it was like a tape that was released, or was it a recorded conversation? But let me know, how do you think this reading stacks up to what's going on out there? Like I said, I'll typically go off the comment section or a headline, but I try not to watch the content because I don't want to influence the cards. And I want to hang out with you guys, trust me. But if I listen to too much of your opinions, then I have a fear that it will not let me be objective in reading the cards. So that's why I try to like kind of keep a little bit of a distance. Plus I just don't have the time. Like I told you guys, I work and stuff like that. But anyways, this is what the cards say. And I sometimes want to know, how do the cards stack up to what you guys are hearing in the streets? Speaking of which, listen, if one more of you heifers tell me Marcel got a vasectomy, listen, tarot is energy. Tarot is things that you don't see, right, that are influencing a situation. Just because they said he had a vasectomy doesn't mean that he had one on the show, during the show. It could be just a conversation that they had, that they brought to the show for a storyline. Her hysterical pregnancy, it doesn't have to be last year. It could have been 10 years ago. But this is what they do in reality TV. They dredge up life stories from yesteryear, and they bring the storyline into the present as part of the reality TV. It's not always happening now. It's the same as when I tell you guys my little stories and I have my little epithets about things I've gone through. You don't know if it was yesterday or 15 years ago. So you guys just have to learn how to be more open-minded, be more objective, take your emotions out of it, and stop thinking you know things. TV is a production, but so is the tarot, right? Anyways, just keep that in mind, right? Stop. You guys got to learn how to thought stop. Thought stop means that you don't automatically accept things as reality, that you keep your critical thinking lens on, and that you look at different ways of viewing things. That's how you sharpen up, right? Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this reading. Make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I need 50 more to 1,800, and I need you guys to do it for me. I really do. I appreciate you so much. And blow these comments up, because I'm about to be on this thing all night looking at these comments. And then tomorrow, listen, I'm doing Melanie and Hill Harper. I don't care what y'all say. But somebody requested that I do a love reading, and I haven't done a love reading in so long. I used to do love readings on my old tarot channel. Honestly, I stopped because the women in the tarot community, they like to remain sick. You know what I mean? They want you to sell them hope. They're stuck, they're stagnant, and I'm a realist, you know what I mean? And I just couldn't do it. And it's like, in order for you to be successful in a love channel, you have to be committed to selling the fantasy, right? However, me as a woman, I'm the Queen of Cups in tarot. Very romantic, very intuitive, very sensual, very emotional, and I love doing love readings. You know what I mean? It's just something that I stopped, right? But I kind of want to do a love reading. So you guys let me know if you're open to that. I don't necessarily have to make Hill Harper the focus, but it would be nice, like a fantasy thing. Like, if she was with him, this is what would happen. Some of you guys think he's fruity. I'll tell you in the cards if he's fruity. I did see there was a fruity dude in her sphere. I don't know if it's him or not. I'm rambling. I'm finna let y'all go. I'm gonna see y'all not in the morning, because this is a late upload, but I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow evening, say around 8 o'clock. I'm in California, but I'm gonna try to do like 8 o'clock y'all's time, because I want to respect y'all coast, and we are working women. We got everything to lose, so I don't want to keep everybody up late. Anyways, like I said, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'm gonna see you guys next time.